Well, again, Gundam Convergers. So we got two models, but two colorways supposedly. I haven't opened these. There's a secret color green in one of those supposedly. I've been burned before though. So we're gonna start today with the number 69, which is the Double Zeta Gundam, which had its own complete anime series. And I actually have watched this one. It was actually kind of funny. There's a lot of funny script writing in that one. So might actually be my favorite Gundam series so far, but I haven't watched nearly. I have barely touched it, delved into Gundam. It's just very time consuming. So here's what we got. So it was developed after the Rick Dias, and then what else? They don't really talk about these robots in the cartoon so much, or not this one. So I know it has a core fighter, has to be like assembled and stuff. Okay, well, that's it. You can obviously read that fandom page yourself. So number 69 in the overall Converge lineup came out way back in 2013, and let's see what other robots were in that set. Okay, I do have that one, and that one, and that one, and that will be reviewed later. Basic stats on the box. Let's see what gum looks like from 2013. Ooh, yeah, totally saturated. Okay, being from the first 20 waves, it's got that silly clear foot stand thing that I really dislike. It's just a waste of plastic that would have been better as like a gun or some other accessory. Because the robot's going to stand anyways. But otherwise, this packaging is pretty smart, Very minimal, yet protects all the pieces from scratching each other up. That one's hard to get out. There you go. This thing's all yellowed, but if you're totally new to Converge, that's what that's for. It's supposed to help it stand, but it covers it all up. And, like I said, it stands anyways. So that went to the trash. Let's look at this guy here. Let me get a better wide angle. So it's an off-white. It's definitely not white. I'm wondering if it actually has a shade of green or yellow or something. It's, yeah. There's definitely a shade of some other color in there, but I can't say what. The bottom of the feet have really nice details molded in, all these panel gaps and stuff, all here as well. And maybe I forget, maybe these are thrusters or something. And then the arms, hold on, there's a really small peg. But there's nice details back here on the side. And there's no logical explanation in the cartoon as to why it has such big kneecaps, but it does. And then this is the entrance to the cockpit, or the cockpit's back in here. Some intakes there, and then the head. Got that paint off. It's got some gray for a neck. And then clear eyes. Yeah, very nice clear green with some silver molding behind it. Really nice blue tempo print for some vents here. And then some nice molded details as well. And sadly, no chassis number molded into this. The antennae, so we have, oh, it is molded in here, so that's cool. MSC010 it looks like. And this is actually two pieces of plastic, red and yellow, painted and assembled. Let's see, going this way? Yeah, it must go in that way. Pretty tight fit, very good. We'll leave that off because I'm afraid of breaking the antennae. So I guess that's the rest of that thing. This is hand. No, it's molded into the arm. I think something's got a peg in there. But the separation of the red, the blue, is pretty good. This red looks a little glossy. The blue is pretty matte finished though. Alright, nice details all in all. Little peg is on the torso going into that hole. Okay. So this arm, now we have a hand that can hold a weapon and it can articulate, so that's nice. It's just a simple peg. Okay, this looks like maybe a shield for that arm we were talking about, the first arm. Yeah, decent enough details, yeah. I don't know which way it's supposed to go. There's no actual index inside of this, so I kind of like that because it gives you freedom to experiment around. I have a feeling it goes the other way though. Now that I look at that image on the right side, it's supposed to be in like that way, but it's supposed to fold. Oh, well, I guess there's one on each side, so that's cool. Maybe I will. Oh, now this one. Oh, look at this. This one does have an index, this side. So I put the wrong one in. This one is supposed to go here. I have a feeling those are going to fall out pretty easily. Might want to glue these in place. For the video, hopefully they'll stay together. So double shields. Okay, I thought I only had one shield. Yeah, that's kind of loose, that one. Coming along nicely. And then we have this double gun, which I don't even recall from the cartoon. But it's there. Got some molded details and some barrel recesses. Pretty big handle on the gun. Okay, there we go. And again, you can articulate the hand. And then we have a backpack with some booster tanks. And it's a matte black finish. Or actually, I would call it, it's more gray, it's not black. But decent details, some thrusters in there. Okay, so that's gonna... It's interesting that the peg is on the robot. I feel like it would have been better the other way. Because, you know, if you want to pose it without the backpack. And there's an index, so the booster tanks go up to the top. And there we go. Very neat. Let me reset for the Bawoo. Okay, next up we have conversion number 96. And it is AMX 107, known as the Bawoo. And this one is Glemmy Toto's. He's the pilot from Gundam Double Zeta. This came out in 2014, and the collection contains, well, sadly, let's look at the other box. The collection contains these other robots. Actually, I think that's a mobile armor or something, and there's some basic stats. Let's open this. Oh, while I do that, here's fandom. So it was introduced in Double Zeta. Many different pilots. Let's see. Came from Project Zeta. It had an upper torso and a remote controlled lower torso. Firearm and this kanji. It's 2 letters: flight and dragon and bow. I guess that's how they say in Japanese, bow, but it looks like Bawoo to me. Okay. I guess that's all I care to learn, so let's close this out. It was also shown in Gundam Unicorn, in that image it says. Oh, this is the Secret Chase green one. Let me go open up the other. Ooh, look at that gum. Wow, that's pretty gross. It looks like an alien, you know, it bursted out. Where's the gum from this one? I guess someone took the gum out of this green one, because they don't want to eat chewing on that stuff. So I think the red one, obviously with the box, is the normal version, so we'll go over this one first. But they both have the silly foot stands. Careful not to cut the parts. The other one open anyways. Okay. So both of those foot stands go right into the trash. So now this is really cool. It's got those kanji letters printed on it. So an extra tampo print process. Very cool. Going with the feet here. Yeah, standard details. Nothing special though. The legs aren't really detailed either. But we do have some thrusters back here, so that looks nice. This one not so much, but okay, some skirt details there, and this arm here, what's going on? Does it even come out? Okay, so the peg is on the arm, but this hand is not separate, it's molded in. There's gray here on the elbow piece, and then you'll see these little spikes on the shoulder are a little bit warped, but you can dip it in hot water, maybe put it under a hair dryer and try to straighten it out as it cools. Sorry, I keep losing focus. These are small toys. So the upper torso is black, as you can see. There's some yellow details there. Let's see about this arm. Break this loose. And that paint is stuck. It's such a small peg, you gotta be careful. And then this hand does, rotate around, but it's molded into the gun. The gun has nice details, little hoses and whatnot, and ridges. Very neat. Otherwise, I think the arm looks the same, and again, warped here, but hot water might correct that. So let's pop that back in. Now that's broken loose. This backpack, does it come off? No. But we got two cool looking red propellant tanks, and then 4 thrusters with a deflector with some nice grooves and stuff. Some peg holes for something. And then the neck area, it's got nice molded details and these like flanges to protect the head, I guess. So it's pretty neat. So now we have the head. Yeah, definitely gonna have to clean this up. First we got some extra flash. I'm afraid to cut that off though. I'm gonna see the raw plastic color underneath it. I'll deal with that later. So then the eye looks like it's green. Not metallic, just plain green. Some gray hosing around the bottom. It's a pretty small head. Let's see. But at least it has a round peg. But not much articulation because I think it's colliding with the backpack back there. Well, it's nice to have a few degrees. It's better than nothing. So now these must go into the back. Let me look back at this box. And that box isn't really helpful to tell me which way these go. I guess maybe this is the bottom because I don't see any bump up there. Yeah, so, okay. So I guess that did help out. So this peg's in here. And then the other one, obviously. You know what? Well, what's nice is they're round, so you can switch them around. So I guess that's the way it's supposed to look, right there. But let's just, you know what? We'll do the green one the other way. This is really annoying. The last thing is a shield, and it's nice that there's a chassis number molded in, and then this yellow ridge. It's like a kind of basic looking Xeon logo. I can't recall what these 5 things are, if they're thrusters or like weapons on the shield. Almost no detail in the back, pretty lame detail there. Alright, so that looks pretty good. So the green, all the same details, but now we have a medium green and a really dark green, but still the same yellow. Okay, the gun is the same. So let's pop this arm in. Now these are much better, unlike the red one, so that's good. That's really tight though. I'm afraid to twist these pegs. They might shear off. I'm going to pose this one with this thing upwards. Okay. So now this one has a pink eye. Yeah, it's a joke right there. But this is also warped again. And then the shield is green with the yellow. There we go. Alright, I'm going to have to dip these in hot water. Let me come back. Alright, turns out the green one had crooked feet as well, so I just dunked the whole half of the thing into hot water and then put it on a ceramic tile to help cool it off, and it's definitely straighter than before. I like they can swap around, the parts. You get 2 totally different looks. between, when you have round pegs. You don't always get round pegs with this brand though. It's kind of weird. So I have to tell you, in my earlier Gundam videos, I made a mistake. I bought this thing loose, and I thought this was number 69. I thought this was a double Zeta, but it's not. According to photographs, this is just the first Zeta. This is number 156 in the overall Converge lineup. So, yeah, I mistakenly identified that as something else, because that's why I like the chassis numbers and stuff. Some sort of identifier molded into the product, but not always the case in Converge. So number 64 is the Rick Dias. This is a red version, and I guess it's the predecessor or something from that, although they look absolutely nothing alike. So within Gundam Double Zeta, the cartoon show, there was a Hayako Shiki as well. This is number 157 in the lineup. It's got a nice cool gold color and also printing, some kanji text there. If I recall, they may have shown a Mathus. This is number 275. And that's a relatively recent release, being number 275. And I remember somewhere in the middle of that series, they had the big Psycho 2. And this is EX22. So we got the, well, I can fit it up there. Get a scale size difference. So Mathus is actually very tall because of that pointy thing. But yes, obviously you can see the AX is a really big figure, as it should be. But look how crooked it is. I don't know if that's on purpose, or again, maybe it's just the PVC wasn't molded properly, or maybe I didn't put it together properly. Hold on, I think there's a big gap here. Yeah, my bad. No, it's still a little messed up though. It's still leaning a little bit, not as much. Oh well, it's a dynamic pose. I'm okay with it. So, except for the EX, they're all generally the same size, these Converge figures. Let's get this out of here now. Get these other ones out of here. Well, that's it. If you can watch Double Zeta, the actual animation is old school. It's an old cartoon. But it was well written, not totally a kid's cartoon. And I see the chassis is right here in the torso as well. That's nice. But here, I guess it's just on the shield. Okay, well, there's that wobbliness now because the feet aren't perfectly flat. Thanks for watching today. I'll see you in the next Converge video.